What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country, in Washington, D.C., money, investing, the stock market, everything you need to know about on a daily basis, including the fourth stimulus package update, stimulus check update, everything that you need to know about. We cover it here on our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button right now. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's completely free to subscribe, so click subscribe right now so you don't miss out on new videos. Also, thank you so much for hitting the like button. You guys are amazing. We got a lot to talk about here today. Also, make sure to watch all the way to the end. We have a very interesting story that just happened in today's episode of You Can't Make This Stuff Up. Yeah, this is a very crazy story. You're going to want to watch this. So let's jump right in. We got a lot to cover. Remember how the private insurance companies are covering at-home COVID tests that you buy from the store, 8 per month, but Medicare wasn't? Well, Medicare is now going to be doing that. But as you can see here, the Biden administration says people with Medicare will be able to get up to 8 free over-the-counter virus COVID tests per month. The key here is starting in the spring. So not quite yet. So keep this in mind. So remember that you can get, so I'll keep you up to date on when this actually starts. So if you have to go and buy a test because you need it right now, you got to do what you got to do. Remember, these are $20 to $30, if you go to CVS or Walmart or something like that. Remember that you can get 4 free tests, at-home tests, at this website right here. This is a government website, COVID, TESTS, tests.gov. These are completely free. You don't have to put in a credit card or anything. Just go to this website, click this blue button here, and then you just put in your home address, and that's it. It says, due to high demand, we're fulfilling orders, and they're going to ship it as soon as tests become available. So there might be a little bit of a delay, but that's it. Just put your name, address in, and click checkout now. That's it. This is the website here. Write that down. You can go there after the video's over here if you haven't done that yet. Make sure you put in tests.gov. It's not .com. And then a lot of people are wondering if this is the reason why virus cases might be a little bit lower than what we're seeing here. This probably has some of what to do with it, but it's also probably, Omicron peak, the peak coming down. The 7-day average is now down to 322,000 cases per day. So this is kind of what happened in other countries like South Africa. The peak came up and now the peak came down. But probably some of it has to do with how many millions of people are getting these free virus test kits at home. And hey, if you're experiencing symptoms, you're losing your, sense of taste, and you kind of feel like you have the virus, and you take an at-home test kit and it just confirms it, well then, some people might go double confirm it and, go to an official testing center, but a lot of people probably won't do that. So there is probably a lot of people that aren't going to official testing centers as well now that these free test kits are going out to millions of people. So that probably has an effect on it as well. But the spike is coming down in all fairness. So, keep that in mind. But this is coming down here. It's not going to stay up forever. The problem is that we have a new variant coming out here that is in the majority of states right now. Basically, Omicron 2.0. It's called the BA.2 variant, which is more contagious, they say, than Omicron. So we'll see if that becomes the dominant strain, what might happen. Now, meanwhile, though, deaths are on the rise. Yesterday was at almost 4,000, 3,958. That's one of the highest days ever. Just like I always say, in comparison, that single day there, that's more than what happened on a single day in 9/11 or Pearl Harbor on a single day. And this is happening almost every single day. So, we think of those two tragedies in the history of our country as like the worst ever. This is happening almost every day. So it's so really, really bad out there. So, my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody dealing with this right now. Be safe, be kind, and be positive. I know 2022 has just started off at absolutely crazy. So, try to be positive here in 2022. Meanwhile, you could see here the U.S. did pass a grim milestone here. We passed 900,000 total deaths here in the U.S. This is total, and yeah, not something that we really want to see, but yeah, and you can see here 76.2 million people have tested positive, and again, those are only people that went to official testing sites. Um, who knows how many people have actually tested positive using at-home tests or didn't even get tested? I mean, there's a lot of people that just don't even test at all, right? Didn't want to pay for a test, or you know, I mean, you know how it is, right? And we also look at the worldwide numbers here. I mean, we're at almost 6 million deaths and 400 million cases. And again, who knows how many? Those are just official testing facilities. So and in addition to that, we have the economy really struggling. Check out what happened here. This is absolutely kind of crazy. President Biden is touting these new job numbers that came in that were revised, saying the economy is doing great now all of a sudden. I'm very skeptical on this. You can let me know your thoughts here. Here's what happened. President Biden on Friday touted the resilience of the U.S. economy after the country supposedly gained 467,000 in jobs in January, despite warnings from economists of a likely decline in employment. Now, this is, I'll get to what happened here in a second also. This is also after the Labor Department also revised, basically just changed the November and December employment gains upped by a combined 709,000 jobs. So apparently they just magically found hundreds of thousands more jobs and say, oh, we made a mistake. There was apparently hundreds of thousands more jobs that we didn't count in the past several months. And there's magically hundreds of thousands more jobs that we didn't report, and now all of a sudden we found out about them. I don't know. And again, I always tell you, I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican. I'd like to share the dirt on both parties. I can't side with the president on this one. It just doesn't add up, especially because just a few days ago we had this report. I mean, here it is from Market Watch. I mean, literally dozens and dozens of media outlets were reporting U.S. businesses lost 301,000 jobs in January. The biggest drop since the start of the pandemic, published on February 2nd. Now, they're trying to say that they gained 467,000 jobs in January. I mean, and they're also going back to November and December and saying, oh, yeah, by the way, in those months, we magically gained hundreds of thousands of more jobs as well that we didn't tell anybody about them back then. And now all of a sudden, yeah, we're telling you about them now. I just can't, I don't know. I mean, the conspiracy theorist, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, but my conspiracy theorist radar is just kind of going off on this one. I don't know. You let me know your thoughts in the comments here. I'm just not buying it on this one. I don't know what's going on with these conflicting reports. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts here. I just feel like the White House is trying to make everybody think the economy's doing a little bit better than what they are. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I feel like former President Donald Trump did the same thing. If I was president, I'd probably be doing the same thing as well. I'd be like, hey, listen, we're coming out of the virus, or we're trying to at least. We're coming out of the recession, or we're trying to at least. Look at all these good things we're doing. If I was president, That's what I'd be saying too, right? I don't know if I'd be trying to fudge the numbers. I'm not saying that they did do that or what happened with the numbers 'cause I don't really know what happened with the numbers. All I'm saying is it doesn't seem like it adds up to me. You let me know your thoughts in the comments. I just it just doesn't add up to me. Maybe that should be today's story of you can't make this stuff up, but it's not. That's still coming. Maybe this should be today's episode of You Can't Make This Stuff Up, but this isn't it either. Unfortunately, I wish that I was making this up. But crude oil, which directly coincides with the cost of gas, if you've been seeing the cost of gas go up, well, this is one of the reasons. The price of crude oil has been going up worldwide, not just here in the US, but here in the US and worldwide. Just hit the price of $90 per barrel worldwide for the first time since 2014. Yeah, that's an 8-year high. And that's not a good thing because that means the price of gas is going up, up, up. And it's been going up here for the last several days, if not several weeks. So if you've seen the price of gas going up at the pump, well, now you know why. And unfortunately, when the price of the pump goes up, it goes up very, very quickly. And when the price of oil goes down, the price of the gas at the pump goes down very, very slowly. Yeah, so unfortunately, this is just one of those things that, it's hard to control here. Hard to control. A number of factors are causing anxiety in the oil market, including ongoing tensions between Russia and Ukraine, as well as a cold snap in Texas, hurting production in the Permian Basin. Middle Eastern tensions may also be a factor, with the United Arab Emirates, an OPEC member, claiming this week that it had intercepted and destroyed 3 hostile drones. While the UAE is part of a coalition opposing Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen, no one has yet claimed credit. Yeah, remember that's where a lot of big oil is. And remember that even if we don't import a single drop of oil from there, if they have tension over there, that can raise the price of oil worldwide. And if the price of oil worldwide goes up, the price of oil everywhere goes up. It's a supply and demand thing. And remember, if the price of oil worldwide goes up, the price of oil in the US also goes up. It's like the price of a car. If the price of a car can be sold for $50,000 somewhere, the price of a car is going to be sold for $50,000 elsewhere. It's very similar supply and demand. So that it's a global economy nowadays. If you've ever heard that, or if you hear that frequently, it's very, very true. If they can sell the price of oil for $90 a barrel in Canada or in Mexico, they're going to sell it for $90 a barrel in the U.S. as well. Okay, even if they don't sell any oil in the U.S., it still factors into the price of oil here in the US. Now, they say that the US needs to be 100% self reliant, but remember that big oil companies, they sell oil all around the world. So we do need to be 100% self reliant, but it still does affect the prices here if you kind of follow big oil and the stock market and the price of oil and the price of crude. It all kind of does relate if you kind of follow where I'm going. Meanwhile, House Speaker, Speaker of the House of Representatives, leader of the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, says she's never giving up on Build Back Better, even after Senator Joe Manchin has temporarily delayed the bill. Joe Manchin has said he is willing to negotiate on the bill and is doing so right now. And they're going to be rewriting the bill and potentially renaming the bill and potentially even putting new things in the bill or taking new things out of the bill. But Nancy Pelosi, here's what she has to say. She says, quote, "I'm never giving up on BBB, Build Back Better, even though it might be renamed and who knows what might be in there. She told reporters on her weekly press conference. Pelosi then listed programs like the expanded child tax credit, those monthly child tax payments or monthly checks that have expired and did not go out in January to about 60 million children, as, quote, really important for Democrats to secure as part of the social and climate spending package. She also brought up universal pre-K and expanding health care for families as other top priorities, saying, quote, we must get something done. There are plenty of things in there that I think we can find common ground. Swaths of Democrats, including Pelosi on Thursday, countered that the package would be fully paid for, meaning it wouldn't grow the debt or contribute to the rising cost of goods. Remember that they focus on, and I sometimes focus on Democrats in these articles and in this speaking, because Democrats plan to pass this stimulus package on their own without any Republicans at all. And remember, Republicans are voting just no on this stimulus package in its entirety. So we focus on the Democrats here because the Democrats are going to be the ones passing it. The Republicans are just voting no on all this stuff. So really, it's what the Democrats are going to do here, just so everybody's kind of, why are we talking about what the Democrats want to do with the stimulus package? So we're all on the same page here. Manchin left the door cracked open for a future deal, but it's not clear when he could return to the negotiating table. He reiterated a broad demand on Wednesday to reporters that said, quote, just fix the tax code. Yeah, so Democrats are rewriting Build Back Better. And with Joe Manchin's support, they will need his support to pass it. If they pass it with Democrats only, there is a lot of talk that they might pass parts or chunks. If you've been watching it recently, you know that the whole chunks thing was kind of a ironic, funny joke here recently where they were talking about chunks of the bill. But they might be passing chunks of the bill. I know, what a word. Where they might be passing chunks of the bill with Republicans. So Republican support could come and they could be passing chunks of the bill, but they would need Republican support to do standalone pieces of the bill. So I'll keep you up to date on all this. Meanwhile, in today's episode of You Can't Make This Stuff Up, yeah, you're not going to believe this. A single man took on North Korea and apparently won. Took out their entire security systems and their entire everything, their entire internet even, and won. Yeah, check this out. You're not going to believe this. Yeah, you could see here being reported by Yahoo Finance, a pretty credible source here, says a lone hacker on a revenge mission, sounds like something out of James Bond, right? But actually happened, says he is the one who keeps turning off North Korea's internet. And you and I both know if there's no internet for the entire country, nowadays you're basically in the dark. With no internet, you're basically left with what, like Morse code and like old school phone systems? Yeah, here's what happened. North Korea disappeared from the internet at least twice in the past month, with state-run websites becoming inaccessible in what some observers speculated was a distributed denial of service attack, also known as a DOS attack, on the country's servers. In a report published Tuesday, a lone hacker bent on revenge, maybe this will become a movie one day, told Wired that he was responsible for crippling the secretive country's internet. The American hacker, who goes by the handle P4X, told, maybe that stands for PAX, told Wired that he was one of the victims of a cyber attack last year on Western security researchers carried out by North Korean spies. He said he was frustrated that he was the target and that the US appeared to have a lacking response. He said the hackers tried to snatch hacking tools and information on software vulnerabilities. but he was able to stop them before they could get anything worthwhile. Nonetheless, there was a feeling of resentment, he told Wired. P4X said, quote, "It felt like the right thing to do here," adding, "If they don't see that we have teeth, it's just going to keep coming. I want them to understand that if you come at us, it means that some of your infrastructure is going down for a while." North Korea's mysterious internet outages appeared around the same time the country was conducting record-breaking illegal weapons testing as it fired missile after missile. The timing of these developments led some expert observers to suspect that a state actor, such as the US, might be targeting North Korea. But P4X said that was not the case. Wired reported that P4X provided screen recordings demonstrating his responsibility for the attacks on North Korea's web servers. While the hacker was open about claiming responsibility for the attacks, he declined to disclose the vulnerabilities in North Korea's system. He said he found and exploited to single-handedly take down the entire country's internet on multiple occasions. Wow. He did say the attack was largely automated. He told Wired it was pretty interesting how easy it was to actually have some effect in there. Wow. He told Wired he was trying to recruit more, quote, hacktivists. Maybe those are the cousins of the kayaktivists that visited Joe Manchin on his houseboat that were on kayaks, if you remember that. They were called kayaktivists. He wants to recruit more hacktivists to join a dark website he launched earlier this week called the Funk Project, which stands for FU North Korea, FUNK. He says, quote, "You can make a difference as one person," the Funk website reads, according to a report from Wired. The goal is to perform proportional attacks and information gathering in order to keep North Korea from hacking the Western world completely unchecked. Wow. So let me know your thoughts about that. One rogue hacker goes and takes down the entire country of North Korea's internet. What do you think about that? Yeah. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments here in today's episode of You Can't Make This Stuff Up. I know I kind of like doing this kind of series of You Can't Make This Stuff Up. Yeah, very interesting. So if you find some interesting stories like that, you can go to my channel page and then go to the About of Us, the About section, and then you can find my email there and email me. Please don't email me all the time because I'm just super busy. I can't deal with a whole bunch of emails. But if you want to email me an interesting story, once in a blue moon or something you want me to cover on the channel, feel free to. But if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. Subscribe right now so you don't miss out on new episodes that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll keep you up to date with everything going on here in our country. Click here to watch the newest video next. And in related news, click here to see a major bill that was just passed by Congress and some interesting stuff there as well. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.